HS2 security guards and bailiffs are attempting to starve out 5 environmental protesters who have been living in tree houses in a bid to prevent the non-essential and irreversible destruction of ancient woodland and potential wildlife crimes by HS2. Dr. Maxey, Extinction Rebellion activist and one of the Earth protesters, have been fenced in by HS2 for the last 5 days whilst self-isolating in a tree house in Crackley Wood, Warwickshire, said,
My plea to Boris Johnson is to listen to scientists, listen to the countries that are stopping construction work during this time of coronavirus pandemic. Listen to your art. Listen to all of us who are pleading with you to stop HS2 and to do the honourable thing. The work of HS2 is abhorrent, risking the spread of coronavirus and the pandemic, decimating nature and accelerating climate and nature emergency.
From Wednesday, HS2 Limited intended to start felling 5 areas of ancient woods: Covington Woods, Crackley Wood, Broadwells Wood, and Birches Wood in Warwickshire, and Fulton Wood in Staffordshire in nesting season, despite strict legal prohibition on disturbing nesting birds, going against expert advice from conservationists. Ongoing work is being carried out without sufficient wildlife and environmental assessment, bat mitigation licenses, and without ecologists on site to monitor HS2's work. There were 50 workers in Broadwells Wood today, where HS2 has fenced off the part of the wood they do not own or possess, working illegally near a fresh badger set, and have closed off all access to public roads. Campaigners claim that HS2 is using injunctions on the woodland and the opportunity of the country being in lockdown to prevent the public from witnessing wildlife crimes. The RSPB has urged HS2 not to clear the woodland during the April to September nesting season and is urging members of the public to call the police if they see HS2 workers harming wildlife. Whilst the NHS is pleading for people to stay at home, HS2 Limited has kept many sites open where workers are not observing social distancing, reported living in shared accommodation and travelling from all over the country, risking the spread of coronavirus. The West Midlands is a hotspot for corona deaths. HS2 Limited and the government are putting the lives of construction workers, their families, and members of the public at risk for non-essential and environmentally destructive work in a public health crisis. Matt Bishop, Save Covington Camp, said,
In midst of a public health crisis, HS2 are trying to starve out people out of trees who are protecting ancient woodlands, which is due to be filled as part of a project which does not have public support and is facing legal challenges. We had to build a tower and get a cable line into one of the trees in order to get food to them.
Gail Bradbrook, Extinction Rebellion co-founder, said,
It's shocking that HS2 is continuing in the midst of this coronavirus, the climate ecological emergency and public outcry. It's not just a fight over hundreds of ancient woodlands for badgers, bats, countless other endangered and protected species. It's a fight for a just approach to invest our money sensibly, especially at this time.
Victoria Lindsay, crackly local resident, said.
I cannot bear to see nature being destroyed, or the corruption. We are here to bring justice, to make a stand, and change the system that we live in, so we can be more caring society, and we can live together and bring nature back to how it should be. HS2 are putting everybody at risk every day, collecting together, going into welfare hubs, socializing, going into Warwickshire, and spreading the virus locally, and then going home all over the country and re-spreading it.
Chris Packham and Lee Day Solicitors, backed by the Rethink HS2, an alliance of environmental organizations, including Extinction Rebellion, are seeking an urgent injunction to halt all clearance and construction workers, and then a judicial review of the decision to allow HS2 to go ahead. A growing number of PMs are joining the call for HS2 to be halted and money delivered to benefit the health service. The HS2 is the most expensive and destructive project this country has ever seen. Extinction Rebellion is calling on Boris Johnson to put an immediate stop to HS2 and divest in HS2 and invest to protect communities, public health, and nature.